From the Historic Desk, the Sultan of Synthetic Silk, how a tax-dodging Sudanese merchant accidentally dressed the world in Japanese rayon. Folks, let's talk about the butterfly effect, except instead of a butterfly, it's a pissed-off textile merchant from Omdurman, and instead of a hurricane, it's a planet-wide tidal wave of cheap, shiny pants. Our hero, no, that's not right, our protagonist is Babakar al-Noor. In the early 1920s, the British in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan were taxing every damn thing that wasn't on fire. Babakar, whose family had been cornering the market on fine Damour cotton since before the Mahdi was a twinkle in his father's eye, had a problem. Said problem was a chinless British bureaucrat named Sir Giles Pooter, whose entire job was to figure out new ways to separate successful locals from their cash. Faced with a truly colossal tax bill, Babakar decided his life savings, somewhere north of 45,000 sterling, needed to find a new, less British home. He gave his fixer in Port Said, a greasy Cypriot weasel named Stellan, explicit instructions. Find something boring, Japanese, and preferably involving boats. A shipping company maybe, something that couldn't possibly lose money. But Stellan, whose personal motto was, "What's yours is mine," saw the Japanese stock listings and had a galaxy brain moment. After skimming a king's ransom for himself, he dumped the rest of the fortune not into Nippon Yusen Kaisha Shipping, but into a nearly identical ticker symbol for a company called Nihon Yushi Kagaku, or the Japan Oil and Fat Chemical Company. This outfit, run out of a shed in suburban Tokyo, had 2 PhDs, a mountain of debt, and a wild idea about turning wood pulp into artificial silk. The wire transfer that hit Nihon Yushi's account was, to put it mildly, a shock. The company president, Tanaka Kenji, is said to have stared at the telegram for a full 10 minutes before asking his assistant, "Is Sudan a real place?" Then he cashed the check. With Babakar's entire goddamn nest egg, the company went on the mother of all spending sprees. They scaled up their experimental viscose staple fiber process by a factor of about 1,000. By 1925, they weren't just making rayon, they were fire-hosing the globe with it under the brand name Silkin. It was cheaper than cotton, shinier than silk, and suddenly everywhere. The chaos was immediate and beautiful. The silk weavers of Lyon, France, rioted for 2 years straight. The British cotton barons in Manchester had a collective sputtering aneurysm when they realized their own colonial tax policy had just kneecapped their entire industry. And Babakar al-Noor? He retired to Alexandria, convinced he was the proud part owner of a small Japanese fishing fleet. He spent the rest of his life complaining about his mysteriously non-existent shipping dividends, utterly unaware that his portrait hung in a Tokyo boardroom where he was venerated as the spirit of inadvertent global investment, filed by Yusra Long Crossing Halim for Historic. And that concludes today's broadcast. If this dispatch has left you itching to rewrite history yourself, visit historic.com. The editors are standing by, the ink is still wet, and the phonograph horn has been known to favor a newcomer.